I slammed the car door. Rain pounded my jacket. The streetlight flickered, throwing sharp shadows across our driveway. My hands trembled, not from the chill. Something was off. I'd sensed it for months. A nagging ache in my gut. Like a thorn I couldn't dig out. Tonight, it wasn't just a hunch. It was real. I'm Elise, 39, a pediatric nurse at St. Gabriel's Hospital in Seattle. 12-hour shifts, endless paperwork, kids who shatter your heart with their bravery. My husband Theo runs a craft brewery downtown. He's the charismatic one, the guy who lights up a room. We've been married 14 years. 2 kids, Sienna 10 and Owen 7. Perfect family, right? Everyone thought so. I did too, until now. The house was dark, eerily still. Theo's truck sat in the garage, but no lights glowed inside. Strange. He was usually home by 9 p.m., tweaking his brewing formulas or battling Owen on video games. I checked my phone. 10:17 p.m. No texts, no calls, just a bank app alert, a $200 charge. Someplace called the Vesper Room, a cocktail lounge. Theo didn't touch cocktails. He was a beer purist. My stomach churned. I kicked off my sneakers. The kitchen reeked of burned toast. A half-eaten sandwich lay on the counter. Sienna's math homework sprawled across the table. I called out Theo's silence. The kids were at my sister's for the weekend. It was just us tonight. Or so I thought. Upstairs, our bedroom door was ajar. A faint blue light leaked through. I nudged it open. Theo sat on the bed, hunched over his laptop, earbuds in, oblivious. His fingers flew across the keyboard. Rapid, urgent. I stepped closer. The screen showed an email. Not work, not his brewery's vendor portal. Something personal. The subject line hit like a punch. Can't wait for tomorrow, T. My heart froze. T. My nickname for him. Our private code. Born on our first date when he tripped and spilled beer on my boots, then laughed it off. I'd called him T to ease the moment. It stuck. Now someone else was using it. I cleared my throat. Sharp. Theo jolted, snapped the laptop shut, ripped out his earbuds. Elise, you're back early. His voice was too loud, too forced, like a kid caught sneaking cookies. Shift ended at 9, I said, cold. What's with the laptop? He stood shoving it under a pillow. Just brewery stuff. Invoices, dull. He flashed a grin, the one that usually softened me. Not tonight. Brewery emails at 10 p.m. I crossed my arms. From someone who calls you T. His face stiffened. Just a split second. Then he laughed. Too hard. What, nah? You're exhausted, Elise. Long shift. Want some tea? He brushed past me, aiming for the door. Like I was a child to be pacified. I didn't move. Who's emailing you, Theo? No one. Just spam. You know how it goes. He was halfway down the stairs. Sandwich? I stood rooted. Rain hammered the roof. My pulse roared. Spam didn't say, can't wait for tomorrow. Spam didn't steal my nickname. I glanced at the bed. The laptop lay there, tucked under the pillow, beckoning. I shouldn't have. Trust. Boundaries. I knew the drill, but my hand acted anyway. I grabbed it, flipped it open. The screen was still unlocked. The email stared back. From Mira L. No last name, just Mira L. The message was brief, devastating. Hey, T Hotel's booked for tomorrow. 7 p.m., room 412. Don't be late. Miss you. My legs gave out. I sank onto the bed. Hard. A hotel. Tomorrow. Miss you. The words seared. I scrolled. More emails. Dozens. From her. To him. Spanning months. Playful. Intimate. Photos. Her in a sundress at a park. Him grinning beside her beer in hand. My Theo. My husband. With someone else. I clicked another. A photo of them at his brewery. After hours. Her arm looped around his waist. His hand on her shoulder. The brewery. Our sanctuary. where we'd thrown Sienna's first birthday, where he'd proposed, now defiled, poisoned. My fingers hovered over the keys. I wanted to erase it all, pretend I hadn't seen, but I couldn't. The truth was a knife, buried deep. I closed the laptop, placed it back precisely. My eyes caught something on the nightstand. My necklace, the one Theo gave me when Owen was born. A delicate silver chain with a tiny star pendant. He'd called me his guiding star through the chaos of new parenthood. I'd worn it every shift, every day, until last week when the clasp snapped. I'd left it here to repair. Now it felt like a fraud, a prop in a script I hadn't read. Theo's voice drifted up. "Elise, you coming?" I didn't respond. Couldn't. My throat tightened. My hands shook. I slipped the necklace into my pocket. The star pressed into my palm. Cold. Jagged. A reminder of what we'd built, of what he'd shattered. Downstairs, Theo stood at the counter, smearing peanut butter on bread, playing normal, like he hadn't booked a hotel room, like he hadn't lied for months. I watched him, his easy smile, his tousled hair, the man I'd loved since I was 25, the man who'd held me through my mom's cancer, who'd built a treehouse for our kids, the man who was betraying me. "Theo," I said, low, too low. He turned. "Yeah?" I wanted to scream, hurl the necklace at him, demand answers, but I held back. A voice in my head stopped me. Quiet, firm. "Don't crack now. Plan, wait." I forced a smile. Weak, false. I'm wiped. Heading to bed. His shoulders loosened. "Smart move. I'll be up soon." I nodded, climbed the stairs, each step heavier. In the bathroom, I locked the door, stared at my reflection, pale, drained, a stranger. The necklace was still in my pocket. I pulled it out, held it up. The star caught the light. It didn't glow. It taunted. All those years, all those vows, reduced to this, a cheap trinket, a hollow lie. I didn't cry. Not yet. I gripped the sink, breathed, in, out. The hospital had drilled that into me. Control. Even when a kid's pulse flatlines, even when the monitors wail. Control. I needed it now, more than ever. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., room 412, Mira L., the Vesper room charge, the brewery photos. It all snapped into place. A puzzle I'd refused to solve. Theo wasn't just distant, he was fleeing, to her, away from me, from us. I tucked the necklace back into my pocket, splashed water on my face, dried my hands, unlocked the door. Theo was in bed, faking sleep. I lay beside him, back turned, eyes wide. The star pendant burned in my pocket. A weight, a tether, to the past, to the truth. Morning hit too soon. Theo was up early, humming, brewing coffee, like nothing was wrong. I watched from the kitchen table, sipping tea, silent. He kissed my forehead. "Big day at the brewery. New batch to test. See you tonight." "Sure," I said. My voice held. My heart didn't. He grabbed his keys. Left. The door clicked. I waited. 5 minutes, 10. Then I moved. Fast. I grabbed my phone, opened the bank app, checked the charge again. The Vesper room, downtown, ritzy, not Theo's vibe. I Googled it. A slick website loaded, cocktails, mood lighting, a rooftop patio, and a hotel attached. The Meridian, room 412, had to be there. I called the hospital. "Hey, it's Elise. Family emergency. Can I take a personal day?" My supervisor didn't pry. She knew me, knew I didn't bail. "Take care," she said. I hung up. My hands were steady. My mind was sharp. I opened my laptop. Searched Mira L. Nothing concrete. Too generic. But I had a lead. The brewery. Theo's kingdom. Where he'd taken her. Where they'd laughed. Posed. Betrayed me. I knew the crew. The bartenders. The assistant manager, Jenna. She'd been with Theo since day one. If anyone knew something, it was her. I grabbed my coat, my keys. The necklace stayed in my pocket. I didn't wear it. Not today. Maybe never again. But I couldn't ditch it. Not yet. It was more than a gift now. It was proof of what I'd trusted, of what I'd lost, of what I was about to fight for. The brewery was 20 minutes away. I drove fast. Rain smeared the windshield. My phone buzzed. A text from Theo. "Love you. Have a good day." I didn't answer. Couldn't. Not when I knew his plans. Not when I knew who he was meeting. I parked outside the brewery. The neon sign flickered. Theo's hearth ale. His dream. Our dream. Now a crime scene. I stepped out. The rain had stopped. The air was crisp, cold. I touched the necklace in my pocket. The star bit into my skin. A reminder. I wasn't here to weep. I was here to unearth, to find the truth, to reclaim what was mine. The door was unlocked. Jenna was inside, sweeping, alone. She looked up, smiled. "Elise. Hey, what's up?" I didn't smile back. "We need to talk. About Theo. And someone named Mira." Her face shifted. Just a flicker. But I caught it. She knew. And I wasn't leaving until she spilled. Jenna's broom froze mid-sweep. Her smile vanished. "Mira," she said, voice low. "What about her?" The brewery's taproom was dim. Barrels lined the walls. The air smelled of hops and oak. Theo's world. My world once. Now it felt like a trap. I stepped closer. "Don't play dumb, Jenna." I saw the emails, the photos, Mira and Theo, here, at your bar. My hand gripped the necklace in my pocket. The star's edges dug into my palm, grounding me, keeping me sharp. Jenna set the broom against a table. Her eyes darted to the door. "Elise, this isn't my place." "Bullshit." My voice cut through. "You've been here 5 years. You see everything. You knew, didn't you?" She flinched, looked away. "It's not what you think." Her words were soft, hesitant, like she was weighing how much to spill. "Then tell me." I leaned in. "Because right now, I know my husband's meeting someone named Mira at the Meridian Hotel, room 412, tonight, 7 p.m., and I'm not leaving until I know why." Jenna sighed, rubbed her neck. "Okay, but you're not going to like it." She pulled out a bar stool, sat, gestured for me to do the same. I didn't. I stood, arms crossed, waiting. "Mira's a freelance graphic designer," she started. "She did our new logo last year. Came by a lot. Meetings with Theo, late nights. I thought it was just work, branding stuff, but..." She trailed off, looked at the floor. But what my pulse hammered. The necklace felt heavier. They got close. Too close. Laughing. Touching. Little things. I didn't want to assume. Theo's always been friendly. You know that." She paused. Met my eyes. Then I overheard them. Last month, in the back office, planning a weekend away. Said it was a business trip, but the way they talked, it wasn't business. My chest tightened. I saw it. Theo's grin in those photos. Mira's arm around him. Here, in this room. "Why didn't you tell me?" My voice shook. Not with tears. With rage. Jenna's face softened. I wanted to. Swear. But Theo's my boss. This place is my livelihood. And you? You're always so busy, saving kids, being supermom. I didn't know how to say it. She stood. "I'm sorry, Elise. I should have." I wanted to yell, to blame her. But she wasn't the one booking hotel rooms. That was Theo. My husband. The man who'd kissed my forehead this morning. I swallowed hard. "What else do you know?" She hesitated. "Mira's not just some fling. She's complicated. Theo told me once after a few beers, he felt stuck. Said the brewery's struggling, debts piling up, you working all the time, kids needing stuff. He said Mira gets him, makes him feel alive. Alive. The words stung. Like I was the one draining him. Like 14 years, 2 kids, and a life built together were a cage. I gripped the necklace tighter. The star bit deeper. Where is she now? Jenna shrugged. Don't know. She hasn't been here in a week. But Theo's been weird, distracted, checking his phone constantly. I figured it was her. I nodded. Slow. My mind raced. Theo wasn't just cheating. He was unraveling. The brewery his dream was sinking. And instead of talking to me, he ran to her. To Mira. I turned to leave. Thanks, Jenna. Keep this between us. Elise, wait. She grabbed my arm. What are you gonna do? I didn't answer. I didn't know. Not yet. But I wasn't the woman who'd walked in here. That Elise trusted blindly. This Elise saw the cracks. And she wasn't afraid to break things open. Outside the sky was gray, Seattle's usual gloom. I sat in my car, checked the time. 11:43 a.m., 7 hours until Theo's hotel meeting. My phone buzzed. A text from my sister Kara. Kids are great. Sienna's painting. Owen's obsessed with my dog. You okay? I typed back fine. Just work stuff. A lie. But I couldn't drag her into this. Not yet. I opened the bank app again. Scrolled through charges. More clues. A coffee shop. A gas station. Then another hit. $150. Yesterday, a jewelry store. Theo didn't buy me jewelry. Not since the star necklace. My throat burned. Was it for her? For Mira? A gift to seal their business trip. I Googled the Meridian Hotel, pulled up their site. Sleek, modern, expensive. I called. Hi, I said, voice steady. I'm confirming a reservation for tonight. Room 412, under Theo Carver. The receptionist typed, paused. I'm sorry, ma'am. No reservation under that name. But room 412 is booked. Under a different name. I can't disclose it. My heart sank. Can you tell me if it's a woman, Mira, maybe? I'm sorry, she repeated. Privacy policy. Anything else I can help with? No. Thanks. I hung up, stared at the dashboard. Theo was covering his tracks, using her name, or someone else's. He wasn't just careless. He was calculated. The man who'd built a treehouse for Owen, who'd danced with Sienna in the living room. He was a stranger. I drove to the hospital, not to work, to think. The break room was empty. I sat with a stale coffee, pulled the necklace from my pocket, turned it over in my hands. The star glinted. Once it meant everything. Theo's promise. Our family. Now it was a weight. A question. Could I keep wearing it? Could I keep pretending? My phone rang. Theo. I stared at the screen. Let it go to voicemail. He didn't leave one. Typical. He'd text instead. Act casual. Sure enough, a minute later, hey, busy day. Might be late. Love you. I didn't reply. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. I wanted to type, who's Mira, why room 412, but I didn't. Not yet. I needed more. I called Kara. Hey, I said when she answered. Can you keep the kids another night? Sure, she said. Everything okay? You sound off. Just swamped at work, I lied again. Need a breather. No problem. They're having a blast. She paused. Elise, you'd tell me if something was wrong, right? Yeah, I said. My voice cracked. Thanks, Kara. I hung up before she could push. I left the hospital. Drove downtown. The Meridian Hotel loomed ahead. Glass and steel. A world away from our cozy craftsman home. I parked across the street. Watched the entrance. Valets in crisp uniforms. Couples laughing. Businessmen with briefcases. No Theo. Not yet. It was only 2 p.m. I had time. I Googled Mira L. Seattle, graphic designer. A LinkedIn profile popped up. Mira Lawson, 32, freelance branding specialist. Her photo matched the emails. Dark hair, sharp smile, confident. She'd worked with local businesses, including Theo's brewery. I clicked her portfolio. There it was, the new logo, a sleek flame inside a hop. Theo had raved about it, said it was game-changing. I hadn't cared then. Now I saw her mark everywhere. On his business. On him. My phone buzzed. An email. From the hospital. A reminder about a staff meeting tomorrow. I ignored it. Opened Theo's brewery website instead. Scrolled the About page. His face beamed back. That grin. The one I'd fallen for. Below a team photo. Jenna. The bartenders. And there in the corner, Mira. Listed as branding consultant. She wasn't just a fling. She was embedded. Part of his world. I leaned back. Closed my eyes. The necklace was still in my hand. I squeezed it. Hard. The star's points pressed into my skin. I saw Theo's face. Not the man in the photo. The man this morning. Whistling. Lying. I saw Mira's smile. Her arm around him. I saw our kids. Sienna's paintings. Owen's laugh. Our life. Crumbling. Then I saw something else. Me. Not the Elise who waited. Who forgave. Who ignored the signs. A new Elise. One who fought. Who uncovered. Who rebuilt. I opened my eyes. The hotel stared back. Room 412. 7 p.m. I wasn't going to storm in. Not yet. I needed a plan. Something smarter. Something Theo wouldn't expect. I drove home. The house was still. Empty. I sat at the kitchen table. Pulled out a notebook. Started writing. Not a rant. Not a sob story. A list. Facts. Clues. Timelines. The Vesper room charge. The jewelry store. Mira's LinkedIn. The brewery photos. Room 412. I wasn't a detective. I was a nurse. I knew how to assess, to diagnose, to act. The necklace lay beside the notebook. I picked it up, held it to the light. The star didn't shine, but it didn't break either. Like me. I slipped it back into my pocket. Stood. I had 4 hours. 4 hours to decide, to move, to change everything. I grabbed my keys. Headed out. Not to the hotel, not yet, to the brewery again. But this time I wasn't looking for Jenna. I was looking for something else. Something Theo didn't know I'd find. Something that would turn his lies inside out. The brewery's back door creaked. I slipped inside. The tap room was empty. Jenna was gone. Good. I wasn't here for her. My sneakers squeaked on the hardwood. The air was thick with malt and secrets. I clutched the necklace in my pocket. The star's sharp edges kept me focused. I needed answers. Not from people. From things. Theo's office was down the hall. A cramped room, messy desk, beer posters, a safe in the corner. I'd been here 100 times, dropping off lunches, signing tax forms, never snooping, until now. The door was unlocked. Sloppy, or arrogant. I stepped in, flipped on the light. Papers everywhere. Invoices, receipts, a half-empty coffee mug. Theo's chaos. I started with the desk. Drawers first, pens, sticky notes, a photo of Sienna and Owen grinning at the zoo. My heart twisted. I pushed it aside, kept digging. Nothing. Just business junk. Supplier contracts, utility bills. Then I saw it. A notebook, tucked under a stack of menus. Black leather, worn, not his usual planner. I grabbed it, opened it. Numbers, dates, amounts, handwritten. Theo's scrawl. Not recipes, not orders, transactions, strange ones. $5,000 to ML last month, $2,000 2 weeks ago. Another $10,000 labeled consulting. Consulting Mira was a designer, not an accountant. My pulse raced. I flipped further. A note in the margin. Keep it off the books. M knows. M. Mira. My hands shook. This wasn't just an affair. It was bigger, dirtier. I pulled out my phone, snapped photos. Every page. My mind spun. Was Theo funneling money to her? For what? The brewery was struggling, Jenna said. Debts piling up. Was Mira helping him hide something? Or, worse, pulling the strings? I closed the notebook, slid it back. Exactly where it was. No traces. The safe caught my eye. Old dialogue. Theo bragged about it once. Keeps the important stuff safe, he'd said. I'd never asked what. I knelt, tried the combination. Our anniversary. 06-14-11. Nothing. Sienna's birthday. 03-22-15. No click. Owen's. 09-08-18. Still locked. Then I tried something else. Theo's lucky number. 07-07-07. The day he opened the brewery. It turned. Opened. Inside a stack of cash. Maybe $20,000. Unmarked envelopes, a flash drive, and a small box. Velvet, jewelry. My stomach dropped. I opened it. A bracelet. Silver. Delicate. Not my style. Not for me. The receipt was tucked inside. $150. The jewelry store charge from yesterday. For Mira. I snapped a photo, shut the box, closed the safe. My hands were steady. My heart wasn't. I checked the time. 4:22 p.m. 2.5 hours until Theo's hotel meeting. Room 412. Mira. The bracelet, the notebook, the cash. It all connected, but how I needed more. I grabbed the flash drive, pocketed it, left the office, lights off, door ajar, like I'd never been there. Back in my car, I plugged the flash drive into my laptop. Password protected. Of course. I tried the same combos. Anniversary, kids' birthdays, lucky number, nothing. I slammed the laptop shut, breathed, in, out. The hospital had taught me patience. I'd crack it later. For now, I had enough. Proof. Of lies. Of money. Of betrayal. My phone buzzed. Theo. A photo. Him at the brewery, holding a new beer. Tasting this tonight. Wish you were here. I stared. He was there now, across town, not at the hotel, not yet. But he was playing me, smiling for the camera while planning his night with her. I didn't reply. Couldn't. The necklace burned in my pocket. The star wasn't guiding anymore. It was accusing. I drove home. The house felt wrong. Too quiet. Sienna's crayons on the counter. Owen's soccer ball by the door. Our life. A lie. I sat at the kitchen table, opened my notebook, added to the list. Notebook, cash, bracelet, flash drive. Each word a weight, each fact a weapon. I wasn't just a betrayed wife. I was a detective, a survivor. Then it hit me. The twist, the real betrayal. Not just Mira, not just the affair, the brewery, our dream. Theo wasn't just cheating with a woman. He was cheating on our family, our future. The notebook wasn't just numbers. It was theft. From us, from Sienna, from Owen. He was siphoning money, to Mira, to save himself, or to run. I Googled Mira Lawson again, dug deeper. A news article, small, buried. Local designer sued for fraud, 6 months ago. Mira had taken payment for a project, never delivered, skipped town, case dropped, no charges. My blood ran cold. She wasn't just a fling, she was trouble. And Theo was in deep. Was he paying her off covering for her? Or was she blackmailing him? I called Jenna. She picked up on the first ring. Elise, you okay? No, I said. Tell me about Mira. Everything. She hesitated. I told you most of it. She's intense, smart, knows how to get what she wants. Theo was stressed about money. She offered to help, said she had connections. I didn't ask, didn't want to know. Connections, I pressed. Like what? I don't know. Investors, maybe. She talked big, said she could save the brewery. Theo ate it up, said she was his lifeline. Lifeline. The word cut. I was his wife, his partner. Why wasn't I his lifeline? I hung up, stared at the notebook, the necklace. The truth was clear. Theo wasn't just unfaithful. He was desperate. And Mira was his escape. But at what cost? I checked the time. 5:30 p.m. 90 minutes until room 412. I couldn't wait. I needed to act. Not scream, not cry. Act. I grabbed my laptop, searched for a tech shop, found one. Open until 6. I drove fast. Handed the flash drive to a kid with a lip piercing. Can you crack this? He nodded. Maybe. Give me an hour, $50. Done. I waited. Paced. The necklace stayed in my pocket. The star was heavy now. Not with memories, with purpose. I wasn't letting Theo bury me. Not like this. The kid called me over. Got it. Password was Hearth, like the brewery. He handed me the drive. I plugged it in. Files loaded. Bank statements, emails, contracts, all fake. Mira's name everywhere. Payments to shell companies. Loans Theo hadn't told me about. The brewery was bleeding, and Mira was the leech. I saved everything. Emailed it to myself, to Kara, to my lawyer friend Dana, insurance. If Theo was going down, I wasn't going with him. I thanked the kid, left. The clock read 6:45 p.m., 15 minutes to room 412. I drove to the Meridian, parked, watched the entrance. My heart pounded. The necklace pressed against my thigh. A reminder. I wasn't here to beg. I was here to end it. Then I saw him. Theo, across the street, not alone. Mira. Her dark hair caught the streetlight. They laughed. His hand on her back, her bracelet glinting, the one from the safe. They entered the hotel. My vision blurred, not with tears, with clarity. This wasn't just an affair, it was a scheme, and I had the proof. I stepped out. The air was cold, sharp. I touched the necklace. The star didn't waver. Neither would I. I wasn't going to room 412. Not yet. I had a better plan. One Theo wouldn't see coming. One that would save my kids, my future, myself. I didn't follow them into the Meridian. No storming room 412. No screams. That wasn't me. Not anymore. I sat in my car, hands steady, mind racing. The necklace pressed into my pocket. The star's edges were sharp, like my plan. Theo thought he could hide. Mira thought she could win. They were wrong. I had the notebook photos, the flash drive files, the truth, and I wasn't playing their game. I drove back to the brewery. 7:15 p.m. The neon sign glowed. Theo's Hearth Ale. A lie. This wasn't a hearth. It was a furnace, burning our family's future. I parked out back, used my key, slipped inside. The tap room was quiet, closed for the night. My phone buzzed. Theo again, still at the brewery, running late. Love you. I didn't reply. He was at the hotel, with her, lying to the end. I headed to Theo's office, locked the door behind me, sat at his desk, opened my laptop. The flash drive files were still there. Fake contracts, shell company payments, loans he'd hidden, Mira's name on every page. I pulled up the brewery's email system. Theo never changed his password. Sienna's birthday. Careless. I logged in, found the investor list. 20 names. People who'd trusted Theo. Poured money into his dream. Our dream. I drafted an email. Subject: urgent brewery financial update. Professional. Cold. I attached the flash drive files, the notebook photos, a summary. Short, brutal. To our valued investors, I regret to inform you of discrepancies in Theo's Hearth Ale's financial records. Evidence suggests unauthorized payments and hidden loans involving a third-party Mira Lawson. Please review the attached documents. I've notified our accountant and legal counsel. Transparency is our priority. I signed it, Elise Carver, co-owner. Co-owner. I'd forgotten that. My name was on the deed. Theo insisted years ago. We're in this together, he'd said. Now that choice was my weapon. I didn't hit send. Not yet. I needed one more piece. I called Dana, my lawyer friend. She answered fast. Elise, what's wrong? Everything I said. Theo's stealing from the brewery, moving money to a woman named Mira Lawson. I have proof. Can you help? She didn't hesitate. Send me everything. I'll loop in a forensic accountant. If he's embezzling, we'll nail him. But Elise, are you sure? I gripped the necklace. The star bit my palm. I'm sure. All right, Dana said. Forward the files. I'll start tonight. Stay safe. I emailed her everything. Flash drive, notebook, my list. Then I called Kara. I need a favor, I said. If anything happens to me, take care of Sienna and Owen, and check your email. There's a folder, evidence. Don't open it unless I tell you. Elise, you're scaring me, she said. What's going on? I'll explain later. Promise. I hung up. My chest was tight. Not fear, resolve. I was done waiting, done hoping, done being the wife who fixed everything. I stood, paced. The brewery hummed, pipes clanked, ghosts of better days. I saw Theo here, laughing with customers, teaching Owen to stack coasters, kissing me behind the bar. Those memories hurt, but they didn't break me. Not anymore. The necklace was still in my pocket. I pulled it out, held it up. The star caught the desk lamp's glow. It didn't shine. It judged. I set it on the desk. A marker. Of what was. Of what I'd do next. My phone pinged. An alert. The brewery's security app. Motion detected. Front entrance. I froze. Checked the live feed. Theo. Alone. No Mira. His face was pale, tense. He fumbled with his keys, dropped them, picked them up. He was here. Now. Not at the hotel. Something was wrong. I grabbed the necklace, slipped it back in my pocket, shut my laptop, hid it under a stack of papers, unlocked the office door, stepped into the tap room. Theo was at the bar, pouring a beer. His hands shook. He didn't see me, not yet. Theo, I said, quiet, firm. He jumped, beer sloshed. Elise, what the hell, you scared me. His laugh was forced. His eyes darted. Guilty. Thought you were at the brewery all night, I said, arms crossed. Or was it the Meridian Room 412? His face drained. What are you talking about? Don't. My voice was steel. I know. Mira. The emails, the bracelet, the money, all of it. He set the glass down. Hard. Elise, you're tired. You're imagining. Stop lying, I snapped. The necklace burned in my pocket. I found your notebook, the flash drive, the cash in the safe. You're stealing from the brewery. From us. For her. He stared. Mouth open. No charm, no grin. Just a man caught. It's not what you think, he stammered. The brewery's dying. I had to. What pay Mira? Sleep with her lie to your kid's mother. I stepped closer. I trusted you, Theo. 14 years. And you chose her. He sank onto a bar stool, head in his hands. I didn't choose her. I was drowning. Debts. Investors breathing down my neck. Mira. She had a plan. Connections. She said she could fix it. By stealing, I laughed. Bitter. She's a fraud, Theo. Sued last year. Ran from it. You're not her savior. You're her mark. He looked up. Eyes red. I know. I figured it out. Tonight. At the hotel. She wanted more money. Threatened to tell you. To tell the investors. I told her it was over. She laughed. Said I'd lose everything. My stomach twisted. Not pity. Clarity. Theo wasn't a mastermind. He was weak. Trapped. But that didn't erase the lies. The bracelet. The photos. You already lost me, I said. Quiet. You did that yourself. Elise, please. He stood. Reached for me. I stepped back. I'll fix it. I'll pay it back. We can save the brewery. For Sienna. For Owen. Don't. I held up a hand. Don't use our kids. You stole from their future. I'm done saving you. He froze. What does that mean? It means I'm emailing the investors. Tonight. They'll know everything. The money, Mira, your plan. And Dana's already on it. Legal's coming for you. His face crumbled. You'd ruin me after everything. No, I said. You ruined you. I'm just turning on the light. I pulled the necklace from my pocket. Held it up. The star dangled. Remember this. You called me your guiding star. Said I'd always lead you home. But you got lost, Theo. And I'm not your map anymore. I set the necklace on the bar, walked past him, didn't look back. His voice cracked. Elise, wait. I didn't. The taproom door swung shut. The night air hit me. Cold, clean. I climbed into my car, pulled out my phone, opened the investor email. My finger hovered over send. I saw Sienna's smile, Owen's laugh, our house, our life. This would break it. But it was already broken. Theo did that, not me. I hit send. The email went out. 20 inboxes, 20 truths, no going back. I leaned back, breathed. The necklace was gone, left on the bar, but its weight was still there. Not in my pocket, in me. Strength, not pain. My phone buzzed. Dana, got the files. Accountants reviewing. We'll protect you and the kids. Call me tomorrow. I nodded, like she could see me. Tomorrow, I'd face it. But tonight, I drove. Not home. To Kara's, to my kids, to the only thing that still made sense. Kara's house glowed. Porch lights, warm windows. I parked, sat still. The engine ticked. My hands were empty, no necklace. I'd left it on the brewery bar. The star was gone. But I wasn't lost, not anymore. I stepped out. The air was crisp. Seattle's fog curled around the streetlights. I knocked. Kara opened the door. Her eyes searched mine. Elise. I'm okay, I said. Quiet. True. Where are the kids? Asleep. Sienna's on the couch. Owen's in the guest room. She pulled me inside, hugged me, tight. What happened? I didn't answer. Not yet. I walked to the living room. Sienna was curled up, blanket tangled, crayon drawings scattered. Owen's sneakers lay nearby. I knelt, touched Sienna's hair. Her breathing was soft, steady, like a promise. I stood. Kara watched, waiting. Tomorrow, I whispered. I'll tell you tomorrow. She nodded. Didn't push. Sleep here. Guest bed's ready. I did, but not much. My mind churned. Theo's face, pale, broken. The email to the investors, sent, irreversible. Dana's text. We'll protect you and the kids. The brewery, our dream. Now, a crime scene. I saw the necklace, dangling on the bar, not shining, not judging, just there, a relic, of love, of lies, of me. Morning came. Sienna woke first. Mom. She hugged me, hard. Why are you here? Missed you, I said. Smiled. It wasn't a lie. Owen stumbled in, yawning. Can we have pancakes? Only if you help, I said. They laughed. Ran to the kitchen. Kara joined. We mixed batter, flipped pancakes. The kids bickered over syrup. Normal, real. I held on to it. Like a lifeline. Not Theo, not Mira. This. My kids. My center. My phone buzzed. Dana. I stepped outside, answered. Talk to me. It's bad, she said. The accountant confirmed it. Theo funneled $50,000 to Mira's accounts. Fake invoices, shell companies. Investors are furious. They're meeting today, want Theo out. Your co-owner Elise, they need your vote. I leaned against the porch rail. Breathed. What about legal? Police are involved. Embezzlement charges. Mira's gone. Left town last night. Cops are looking, but she's slippery. Theo's at the station, cooperating. He named Mira. Said she pressured him. Doesn't excuse it, but it helps your case. My case. Divorce. I hadn't said it yet. But it was there. What's next? You're clean, Dana said. No liability. The brewery's bankrupt. Investors might sue, but your name's off the loans. Theo signed a loan. You and the kids are safe, financially at least. Thanks, Dana. I hung up, stared at the fog. Theo was done. The brewery was gone. Our life was shattered, but I wasn't. I saw Sienna through the window, laughing. Owen stealing her pancake. I wasn't shattered. I was whole. I called Jenna. She answered, voice shaky. Elise, "The brewery's a mess," investors called. "Cops are here. What happened?" I told the truth, I said. Theo was stealing, with Mira. I had to stop it. She was quiet. "Then I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner." "You did enough," I said. "Take care, Jenna." I hung up. No anger, just closure. Days blurred. I moved the kids to Kara's temporarily. Our house was too heavy. Too many memories. I hired a divorce lawyer. Filed papers. Theo didn't fight it. He sent one text. "I'm sorry. I'll make it right for the kids." I didn't reply. Words were cheap. He'd shown me that. A week later, I met Dana at a coffee shop. She slid a folder across the table. "Settlement draft. Theo's giving you full custody. He's selling the house. You get half. Enough for a fresh start. He's pleading guilty. Might get probation if he pays restitution." I nodded. Sipped my coffee. "And the brewery." "Done. Investors pulled out. Building's for sale." She paused. "You okay?" I looked out the window. Rain streaked the glass. "Yeah, I am." I wasn't lying. It hurt. Losing the brewery, the house, the man I'd loved. But it didn't break me. I'd lost more in the hospital. Kids who fought cancer and didn't win. Parents who begged for miracles. I'd survived that. I'd survived this. Spring came early. March. The fog lifted. I found a new place. A small apartment, 2 bedrooms, near the kids' school. Sienna hung her drawings. Owen kicked his soccer ball against the wall. I yelled at him. He grinned. Life. Not perfect, but ours. I started running. Mornings, before my shifts. The park was quiet, just me and the trail. I didn't wear the necklace, didn't need it. But I thought of it. The star, left behind, not forgotten. It had guided me once. To Theo, to pain, to truth. Now I guided myself. One Saturday, I took the kids to the brewery. Not to mourn, to say goodbye. The sign was down. Theo's hearth ale. Gone. The building was empty. Windows dark. Sienna held my hand. "Is Dad coming back?" I knelt, looked in her eyes. "He'll always be your dad. But he made mistakes. He's fixing them. Far away. We're okay without him." Owen kicked a pebble. "Can we get ice cream?" I laughed. "Yeah, let's go." We walked away. The brewery faded behind us. Like the necklace. Like the past. That night, I got an email. From Jenna. "Found something at the brewery. Thought you'd want it. An attachment, a photo, the necklace, on the bar, where I'd left it. The star gleamed. Not bright, not dim, just there." I didn't reply. Didn't need to. I closed my laptop. Smiled. Months passed. I kept running, kept working, kept loving my kids. Theo sent child support. Letters sometimes. I read them. Didn't answer. He was trying. Good. But I didn't owe him forgiveness. I owed myself peace. One evening, Sienna gave me a drawing. A woman. Running. Stars above her. "It's you, Mom," she said. "You're fast." I hugged her. Tucked the drawing on the fridge. Stars. Not one. Many. I didn't need a necklace. I had these. My kids. My strength. My life. I wasn't the Elise who trusted blindly. Who waited. Who broke. I was new. Strong. Free. Betrayal had cracked me open. But it didn't end me. It showed me who I was. A mother. A nurse. A woman who chose herself. No regrets. Just a path. Forward. Under a sky full of stars.